Yabeda Kwame Miki and Tony Montana say Omode Sports na Abrayel. Welcome back to the program. It's 30 minutes to the top of the hour 8. Kessben Maakye Jumedie and Amasogusu Amutieno on 92.9 megahertz. You can also go to Facebook, catch us on facebook.com Facebook Kessben TV or Facebook and DSTV channel 364 and Go TV channel 121. WhatsApp line is 0550 596 929 0550 596 929 and a normal text line is 0550 567 929. Emubiano what the wadre che the fahonomo ye bekin kan and the amount ye from Nana Frimpong Ziega sabrede ye kwa homano so ne Derek Kwambefi atwetwe nkomo kwame memwachi o
Kofi Madoso.
Na dey say ujina hefa.
Kofi menu kasa de ni jina Supreme Court. Ni opposite ana bodu kasa Kwame Nkrumah ni jobo no. Park kese bi e da ho ni nta wana tsia de jina sese ya.
Na ujina hawo ye dey.
Kofi se amanfo da kaya enano yawada. Ana amanifo be se enan kika mo mo se chief justice amano kasa ya suspend no. This time petition here, a month will become a Ghana Mampeni, and so share a table to push up with him. And I'm so am I suspended or no? And I'm so am I and no Cassa almost say, one more better demonstration demonstration said the bear Mampeni ever change after saying a year of penny another just you suspended no no. I'm the Kuno and the Jamaican account, PMP account, LPP account, LPP account. Ana afei adodo no enso ka ho ni before be ne ka ho but no ka say demonstration na ene omo eye no afei ana omo aibe chance na over park to a nipa dodo no e wa hate ya se omo etini ata na me ha mani nka nipa se eye apamuye letumi aka eye se omo e wa hate ya bibia de na fam bambo ensensam so e wo so akuja ya e wo akon mu ene abia sabre yeah na the person ka sa dey say ready as see dey banya ya ku yera sebenamo a yesika ono so e dey want to honorable mema atema Kessben honorable yenhwe nanka abia na montwen se o mampani hwe ho hwe no e da kwa wieye ansa na bibi o ho amaye se pe dey say e ko hwe mu na demonstration Ninia, unja ma wa meka anda no anu bedru wa be fi o te chano nka wan yentimi yesa yentra ama wa meka ye yentra ama tuadu fotie emu ntokro kwantia anyi body abetim ama abo potokura o meji ana sa dia bra ya wini na o ti ase o ma we wo mo no dia ma ga na agidi nyina ya kama minka aya fa hudie aya hoto NDC wini 1992 election mebua NDC saya dai wini 96 MPP wini 2000 MPP wini 2004 NDC buy Esia ba Omaba. It is so beautiful. Adentia Emrantia. May I say here Supreme Court according to our constitution Article 1 or say the sovereignty of Ghana relies within the powers of the people. Article 2, no, I say, the 1992 Constitution. I say, the Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and that any other law that is in contravention with the Constitution, to that extent, is not and void. And then the major operative of the Constitution in terms of jurisdiction is the Supreme Court. So it will tell the Supreme Court, what can I say? Semi prayer na muntanyo emrani ho obi tumi manu emrani ho obi yo bia emrani ho yam pese e beta kwa ekibie ya pese ya kwa ni. We want to find out between the judiciary and the executive in terms of sovereignty within the study framework of our jurisprudence. Sovereignty of the executive and the parliament and legislature. They are limited. It is the judiciary that is about. It is even talking about the discretion and the power of the president. It is highly questionable. It's yet the air can say, young town, NDC buying, MPN Kobe Bia,
papa the born ha no be na yantini anya ho hwe awurade mpa mu menya ba me say so obi ku wi awa di Ghana is not for one group of people. Ghana is not for MPP or NDC. Ghana is not for only one section. Ghana is for everyone. Akola Tomi, Sikani, Oyeni, even Kolosa and the dwarf, rich and poor, man and woman, children and men, even everyone, even the last person in Ghana belongs to me. I want to preserve that people.
Here are 7 MP, and I could go and Kano. Penifo no do MPs no minority no so do no ha banso anamawu former MPs many echa anhwere eso ha many echa Andy Apia Kubi eso ha Janet Anabra ono nso obi apia amanyufu no ne franka ma wo ono nso ha bia me no kasai
Kwame apart from Madam Janet Anabla ono no ye PNP for a leader other political parties no parties be na ka ho na parties e ka ho no omo nipa bi eno hwan na aba ho ana ya koye Madam Anabla ne NPP for nko a for
LPG.
Okay.
Party no. So na Alaji Kessben NDP. What the two frank come out on also ha. Abuku aho do no do no ha say ya. Wo mo na akobi mahu past MP and immediate past MP people ha. Se no ka say atwuma Nwajaga South MP. Ayu twamu onabo anhwere.
Okay.
You know onabo anhwere. Na we dey see I think Keka is no Keka Madam Pai. Anopa ya haye.
Also, because I am a Sierra Mahama, so I'm a diplomat petition and son also a suspended
a demonstration the Namo, yes. Uba Koswa, yes,
demonstration don't say another means of thanking where you will against Abana. It's within our constitutional remit. I also I'm a kind of going with a fire Mahama. I think this is passion. And yes, because there were 3 ounces of government. There were 3 ounces of government. If I say the second now here, Parliament is right. We are about to 2 years. Overwhelming majority. So one majority. Judiciary now, Akana, and not to the kind of national. Or something, the guy go. No, I am not petty. Because I said, the committee, I can start for government. And that's
and see Kofi no Manisha deputy minority leader Obatan Bakwa and the Kamani Kulu and Tinsiman now we say this ma bon komo kakra but they are actually ma fast we a Kessben
or exercising for this when they were in Saka 3 petitions. And none will be answered. Yesterday, if it's a winner petition, I was so to be examined. No prayer walk, Sadi anymore, and son of the and yes, my mama say every response member and son of the no, they are unfair. Policies are end up in the Jumana warrior. And not my Amaya who say, one to the book,
And yes, idea, not here, why I premeditated. Now, why you simple argument for or percent the expenditure to obey him, and not the app. I can't ever to have a same for break. Say, Papa Nova, because this was this, you know. Now, what makes you say, the 4 years ago, you 4 years, don't be by but they say, Mrana, Yanyaswa will live for the 4 years, you know. It's the one, but it's yes, you shall say, obey the right thing to do. And the Usha and something in I at the Apple Mamma, any substance. Put the moon say, any, you want to say, also the years, man, what the years. Also, we are at assembly. I also say a team, and yes, and then one area. So, my with me and I president of my penny or the Tunsen. Now, dear Papa, higher as a Rashabet for the set. Makaya, I'm very better now. I had to say, oh, that's all the brothers and oh, yeah, dear, well, baby, yeah, grand is that due process. And we and I think to Adiano that Obi Aya Bonina was here soon as well. That Bonino is me established for Adia. And Yadia is the thing. But all five particular to the body. And no dear, that says I'm going here. And the year can say the last place. I don't need our confidence. Said that they have come to me, the home back to me, and the right view about the issue. Judiciary. I want to, and this idea of politics before. Now you're making sure that it is sorry. Who are my penny? What say, Mammy was a president? Why he acted? Yeah. But I hear about what I come on. And it's over to let the Judiciary, Chief Justice, acted. That Mama would be bound to, now for Mama Supreme Court. It's the business, and now the Papa. But the years, I was Chief Executive, and the Attorney General. Attorney General, and I for Judicial Council. No, all the 18 years ago to me. You went to our time from Rano to account. And yet, Chief Executive, and the President, Attorney General. Kunti, my penny be anywhere organ our letter directed to the Emrano and Musi were put on Okurano as DJ. Our cost of my pennies on Shama, the chief and far a female. What's the one? Oh, yeah, indeed, yes, my penny. That has to be our God. And then I be here near the woman. So, to bed. Only policy. Now, a piano under the pepper. From quiet to warm, Jumamaya in Cropwadi Batmata. And be a but yes. Not the brave one, yes. No. Yeah, ma, especially. I the busy work and I didn't baby. Also, or ya today, or any awaba, or ya obia, or tear at them now, or ya, or so the papa and abba, your master papa, and yes,
Kofi, Mama Patricia,
yes,
so I don't know.
Yeah, Kwame. Jinasuma men dropping the Jinasuma, and Amanya. Citizen Atodazi, Eswa Homaraso, on the General Secretary, the GCPP, Citizen Memo Aquaba. Okay, that catch a Dana, almost all the opposition political parties see akom ho abom say omon pese e behwama ye chief justice na GCPP for as a ya monka hu.
Oh, Ziga, and in fact, I've been listening to you now. It is a lot of very, very good questions. And my mema, it's a free answer to the it kind of almost all the opposition political parties. Opposition political parties are being paid, and I work at NPP home. PMP, Madam Janet Labla, on your political party, an individual. Into Onagasa only political party or Ghana. For my checks, it's LPG and NDP. Now what count? So all other political parties, maybe everybody has their position. Mimbisa, Minianum CPP, NC, PPP, na GUM, na GFP, One Ghana. And the other new political parties. Mimbisa what position in there? By GCPP position in there. Sana pay most sure that more demonstration because due processes. I am my honorable APJ in the case they want due processes to be followed. Minim Gomez from her checks what due process has not been followed. Car working now they are not able to name one thing. Into yabo shawone akade ABA yo aya tenchia into no more so the moko demonstration. See, amayon for one thing or the win there. Say yama oman ne kanko ezi kan. Na embra ya chesadu no yamfadu yamfa nyeduma. Da ye bia no it will be business as usual. I do bia ko positioner na or Nusumoti, or Bema, or Nusumoti, on Cherry, we saw a lot of things gone wrong. May women are no matter political parties say, even when we decide to come together to do something, Obiara will need different position. It's in no more work. Then when due processes is being followed by law, in relation with the Chief Justice, we decided there. A Chief Justice often break kunyase. Ultimate different than ultimate can ask them because there you could demonstration. Kakra. Even rather they are acting as if the Chief Justice is culpable. What's the for? Into a warrior or yet because so only for Obiama allegations be I'm paying a council of state for what's now there. Ebia yimpe yo council no wasem bika onye prima faste no wasem bika nti yenhwehwem yama Chief Justice Akwenda man so meka na adwen wo man 10 days or respond day on penalty because yenyim Madam Salata say ne de obey one man the Makwenyi wo man Akwenja even before they established the prima facie nti iba di na wa ye tia onam wunti ye demonstration. Demonstration is supposed to get certain kind of results. And Mama Yeshama may be a precedent for the future. Because in the demonstration, not a Chief Justice to be to one or may be on set. Let's be raised issues. Are we going to say there they cannot be changed? There are laws. A president can be impeached. The head of the parliament, which is the speaker, can be removed. The same
and a citizen. Kachi you Chief Justice edeba de na waya enya esi remove no te said your worker say na Chief Justice bi ba no ya de na enya ye kase ye beyi no a demonstration beba na we ne de ade na waya enye no so kire say enko de ade na waya enye
Mini Ziega, what question I be say oya de emi as a person na match there Chief Justice why a BBATM. However, in Branich said there, say a Chief Justice say you would there need office and why is there may be a bring that office into disrepute. There ABR she's not able to deliver well in terms of officer. And Brahma Okwana there where they were removing. Yenyim, Meyawu Yenyim there, petitions has been raised against the Chief Justice. Unfortunately, I mean, petition minim no commentary, but minim is it. Only thing I feel there at this point in time, or you're premature there, make a democratic demonstration. Because say we raise the petition. What mama me I can there. Oh, emuso zamu who them petition you. We set up a committee. Embrana was said the mufani nyina na se obi for the membra kwano do. Ma ogudu worry the mention say na. But this is enemy demonstration am open. Me reason or him
okay. Our reason they say our reason they say the old can yabusa sa question they say Adentina ya establish a prima facie case against the Chief Justice. Na yatna so na yenya mfa mo ne say ma mini default. Na omon twen ma ebia judgment and as a ruling ma ansa na ke bi o ma demonstration understood, but demonstration o mo ya de che say charges ne ye de abo ma me no e frivolous enti say o ma nte o mo ho angu mo nten so a ahwe ya na o ma ko gina charges no e frivolous no na ye de akoyi Chief Justice no afri ho illegally enu ti na o mo ye demonstration etia say charges no e de abo no enye charges e to asomu emramu ni na no enye charges e to asomu to so o ma anye demonstration a e bibi betimi asia me yi Chief Justice no de afri ho no
me ne ziga na sara no wakare da yen ma ye de embra ye dwumi no next time ye obia watch the court the was na atama na ye bi ye susu de demo ekwan a wa fado wen na go gina court na frivolous ye na dey ye ko that is the meaning of what is being said.
Yeah, it's true
because it means there in kofu bebra ye nyina ye tiwo ye nyim there obi to there a dom level. We all knew that what was being done was wrong. At the end of the day, you came up a pay to the fear and found a court. President SSM, what you want to do in COVID time. At the end of the day, the Supreme Court came to tell us that law was illegal. We didn't go on demonstration. General, we need to go on demonstration.
Okay.
Is that the implication?
Who understands? General, may I hear you say? Yes, so obiti say nam one. Ni shuba ya ni kind of back and forth ya. Yes, nam one. Oh, pretty illegally. Obiso oh pretty adebia illegal ya bonu kwedu. Ya man warning. Okoso ya na be crime mebwa. But later. Ye be catch ye said na mo ye nya charges bia amfa mo no tie ni ye o na chese ye gu abranche na dwuma kwa enti satam na bia ko bia demonstration a ye hunu se ade ni nko ye demonstration bia ke medru ba bia edu no obi ti so wura dome level ye nu se kwan ye fa so ye se ni age what tamper the age to cheat ye fe say the public service no enti e ba wura dome level nko kwotena Satam ni yenye obia mana demonstrate entia ban na mana hunu se ade na wo ye no yentachia ebia eni tahunu bi no ta papa no opese politically no oyi ni frinchen enti satam ni yenya nkofo mo be demonstration editia ya ke bi kura anka nkodru court ama court anka se ekwan ye fa so yi dem levo no esa ekwan na amfa kwan papa so enti nei wo mo so ka so mo ye demonstration a yentia no mo nya adwene se ebia wo mo ntena se ma die to dem levo ne namwani emba memeto ye maame Chief Justice na akire court abeka se ekwan ye fa so yi Chief Justice no emfa kwam
ayo yati sadam no work yati nembom minyim ze some of the issues demonstrations have been able to solve in this country so we look forward to see. I mean, we feel that there are better ways of engaging. I mean, we feel that people better will use the line for political career.
Some
of them, what they executives of their parties, they won't be there. At this point, they want to continue to remain relevant in their party. And we welcome them to continue. I mean, we feel that the more engaging way we need to do in there as political parties, there is a constitutional review ongoing. You're able to me a channel to look at if there are loose ends or there are gaps in the way embraced in terms of removal of a chief justice. Because as we speak, Muhumbra President Watu will be one of the first people who will rise and criticize the president if he decides to do anything untoward in relation with the law. And you see, sometimes because really, what is the power or your crojia and pampade sentence our vote one way home in the day and you there will feel that in Tiabirukodo.
Yeah.
It be you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because are you saying that if because the petitions that we're raising, then when I can it's a commentary. Some of the things that have been said are wrong. We sat here, we saw how judges were being moved around left, right, center. Yet to come my whole pregnant judge or take room, go for We all saw what happened afterwards. Sometimes I am in Macon because of Corona and you are being so partisan.
Yeah.
And me, it's to quite a clear. It's a walk a cry. In Africa, in Africa, people are spending serious time of the day to be productive and innovative.
Yeah.
We are spending a whole Monday morning to go on demonstration. If you could be some they don't even know why they are there. I saw someone NDC was in opposition. Some of the demonstrators, they don't even know what they are doing. We need to be productive in this country and stop playing to the gallery. Ziega, and I pay me some million there. You see, they need to be serious as political parties.
Unia counterpart, Kofi Palu.
You see, my respect for all these political parties. They are making Obi Obato political party. I also say in the political party. Or you should give them a lot of respect. But have their own reasons of survival. Ghana has always been for a political party to survive because of how I am brand.
Yeah.
It is not easy for a political party to survive. You see, the independence, it's an invoice. Once a political party it's not easy.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I understand them, but the most important thing that we need to do as political parties in there, we should be able to influence policy. Also, the GCPP, domestication, influence all other political parties. The only way to win the political heart of Ghanaians in the domestication.
Yes.
So in going into the election, they were all preaching a great, they are preaching this, they are preaching that. NDC, domestication. Them feed Ghana project our launch or domestication. So that is how you need to influence policy and development. They should go ahead and launch their political campaign.
Okay.
We GCP will be focused on the development of Ghana.
Okay. Yo, sister, you better want to say, aye. Oh, okay. All right. All the best. I make appearance. Aye. Okay.
mention will be an annual boajo. Asana na ho febia when the bonus wa we at
premises so hono a hono ehuru papa some political parties be any new patriotic party akom ho abomu almost so mo hwe MAE the Chief Justice ti minimum ka say nipa dodo na e honom moti ya na musini owura Derek Kwambefi motene ka say or the report if you honom e de breye ya interviews ahodo enche besa ko biem na Derek Kwambefi e de honi na e de aboy but before that no ye were a couple of messages e wa ha say ye ntini taw emfafu we free branch Chief Soso the future MP. I say Honorable Chief Soso, future MP for Mina, we will continue to support the peaceful demonstration against the suspension of the Chief Justice because the intention of President Mahama to take such step is capricious and whimsical. Greetings to Chairman Koka. Okay, yeda sepa Daniel Opoku to kind of message, you know, way every Massa Wood, by Kumase Bantama and Wadiaba. Was the NPP's joint demonstration with 4 other political parties was also about suspension of Chief Justice as an unconstitutional act and a threat to the balance of power in the country's democratic structure. We must not remain silent. This protest is called to all citizens stand for justice, defend democracy, and protect our constitutional order. Regards to former KMA boss Honorable Sampain. Okay. Oyibo Boatin mahuse ohwe o nyire bebi obi e chachiao. Kwesi atas and the dia boss no sound. You so we are working on it. Jetta Muchuku Efamaye Lawrence Enyasem and the dia boss Ghana's army armed robbers are gathering to protest against jail. Time will tell. Okay, yeah, that's it. Also the dia no. How na Sule dine dia boss so Kessben management have okay. Thank you very much. God bless you. Found your Brian Becking card your mount. Now go Facebook to see search for Kessben TV program be yaba Becking kind at the amount. Na new patriotic party so a whole group and na yenim penifo bebre so be di komo e dey fi new patriotic party for amaso ye na dodo na qualify abronye DC adon ye chairman the new patriotic party our Bono region and for call say yes suspended because and someone waka our dear good honorable Canadian Japan who fino and ne address for dear no difference be enim eti people are calling say yes suspended abronye DC and also ye bedi the home comma and a matters arising and ne what to honor more now light no doom na kanye na doom near koba near dia na menemo kase ba kase ba beto abano na doom so no ase wo doom so mu ase ni doom so mu ema abanya abai omoso e de campaign kakra ekeka say aban no new patriotic party abanya na nado dan kwakufuado na oda ma no na kwakofa doom so ade aba but aban ba ye energy sector no anase ye energy no it remains unchanged and now honomo now light doom animre doom awia ye duma no pani na ba bi o krade e ye num no but current ne nya ene ade a enti be no kasai eno so no ye bedi hu komo ye ne energy policy analyst betna se ne ye no madidi komo tifo adwenkyere bra na yen kenkan emfa ba hu. All right, Mr. Piasa Richard and I could change 79 good crata so dear mammy. Name Nana Frimpong Ziega may present the mamo. The big Andy and a technician on board and Danny Addison so Kahubi and a deep program the Bremo and the Fifi and so Kahun with deep program no Kwanyaba. But before that, Yabaka Humana so na yakwe next interview. No mamen kamfu yom herba lotion and famau. Okay. Na yanko ahumana so. Na yene Derek Kwambefi ensai etwetwe komo bi oba homano so abi he fada wo jira sesia
Kofi me no ka say there after na demonstrators no ana o movie from or the banu so one is jom how we start here no na ye de yani Supreme Court after na yera Supreme Court entrance ho me no ka say o mo si ho any fair stopper o mo edikan akọ presented certificate ni ebi womu via na womu ebe womu eni asremu asefa stadium Echiho, Aquacofa, Otu Cemetery, Normal Book Parliament, also, almost presented Bako, almost every year, nothing, almost every one, about a year rate runabout, and then more Aquaco P, a year Jubilee House, also almost at the Bako. Now, no, because I'm prepared Supreme Court to her, and your work. Now, who do Supreme Court to a woman who is there, yet to a punum, almost up to a punum, a credit. Bank of 4 and so 8 now, no Casay, almost as the Oma Obi in Rome, and what I say, and 24 no, I'm expecting the Supreme Court 120. I'm almost about a yak, you know, and I shall be allowed only there's now the Accordia, a bread and a year and a bachelor. It's the idea, Menoca's idea. You can Supreme Court to anyone say. I'm Menoca's Saturday almost as she's on the 2 about the ya to take a post for Abba at almost Abba 3 at Bambo Ebu Ayre. To me, I say, on the Momo, a room, Ewa Hasi, study every one on the year, and yet the on the Momo room, now, Womo, Ebema, Womo, leaders, no, Anna, a room, Ewa Hasi. Manager, give me a judge, Kobe, our house, Judge, Supreme Court, Mobile, we always have some big room, yes. Already have several notice among Obibiara, I was saying a manifestation they are already aware. We've sent notice. So as part of the government machination, they want to deny us access to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is not for anybody. It is for the good people of this country. Supreme Court it is the MP NDC for and the Kabima Kabidi, who is the NDC for Dramani Mahamani and officer the Papa and About 2 and 1 hour, the Supreme Court. Yabaka said, I buy an hour and a half over Yagro. The Ghana Fonso, Abaka said, Don't Ramani Mahama said, Yatwaman in Vienna, so many Ghana, so Yanton Ghana Mano, Yampa Ghana self. If Vienna is at the corner, on my penny, there is John Rollins of Blessed Baby, Wampa Ghana, Farm improvement of Blessed Baby, Wampa Ghana, Johnny Batatabe of Ghana, Wampa Ghana, John Dramani Mahama Supagan, probably a higher security zone. The Padu in a cat, your boy, they will be granted access. But if they deny them access, then it will go to confirm our already positions there. John Dramani Mahama Bano, a Yabaya or your own tail be our buying, a Yabaya on Pagana for energy. I'm believing that you know my say opportunity that would be good for our democracy. But I'm not going to time. I'm going to Ghana is watching. The whole world is watching. The Kata John Dramani Mahama, or your leader Bia, or your cabinet, or your cabinet. John Mahama, your leader Bia, or Buddha John Mahama, your leader Bia. Why am I going to over to me for Ghana? The Ghana and your best. I don't know about any each of them, our voice. Each of them here, our voice. I know people political parties very strict. CSOs will move, academia will move, truck drivers will move, more military. My military is someone come LPG General Secretary. And also LPG for more than one demonstration. And I'm sure I'm kind. I don't want to wear personal. I'm not bad. I brought a drainage at so. I don't know one of I just Ghana of and preparing your Kabima Kabino. Tomama then 9 8 years or Yanison or no affair. I don't see Anna Yadi demonstrating way. I can't be another idea. A bear coso, a kama. Now, committee no Mame CJ Zemuno. Some man there, Yanya Brepa, said Mama, no one replacing it with another justice. A bit higher in power. Yes, sir. The mama, not democracy now, I enjoy the first. On money, on Koso, here are carrying on the general secretary, Emma, LPG, Amanu Kuno, from here, and the Kofi Frimpong Ziega, and a Supreme Court, get to know anymore. no Kasai Yomunya Pine access in Rome. And Minim said your member leadership will the Probia Kayano, Akumudia, and Bre and a better, and I'm no Kasai here. This year, get a suit in a half year. In Rome. And Nim
Kwame, catch me a leadership and why no why, and I shall petition one they could tell me.
A leadership, Mahu, Emma, Ewaha, or Kahubi. So, I'm a negative account. I like to get some for a year and the on so Kahubi. And I help you to know the representative, the American Jerry, you know, a Kahubi. And I say a year, but for your manager, Canabra, or also a Kahubia. Okay, more anything for one more a leadership anymore. Ever some of the petition, no Casadia. Maus Omu Kaka, Edia, na leadership no, ever call Aqua Room, now saying petition no more apparent. And they say there, no, I'm a Gusua, no, a Casai, a mammy Bakua. I am a monko, mammy, none of my Boko, again, a do with Pimoa.
Ye pay you cool. Away, court,
Fancy.
We didn't want to be with you.
I know why a day.
Oh, yes, she got my master on PMP. Lawyer,
I'm opening no MPP.
oh, yeah, him on number Dawson on Catholic. Just where has on ye, into the Abba.
No, but not feeling about it.
Even if you win it,
Really, but not feel bad. Kofi, I am a river, Kono, or say, Yapanino Crampa, or demonstration when we didn't have Jabba. Memo at Tiano Pay.
So, just to be just.
I didn't do it more.
Ah, so Mamma did it.
Why are they?
Oh, you are Basaba. Yes, we have been there.
No, Mamma can't be absorbed as Sabo.
What's your coffee?
And there's one coffee.
What, Mamma?
I am the move. I coffee. That's my liver. Okay.
Na kwame ya no si meja o kakra mo anu nsuo ya be se ya ba so but me che videos a gu live ya me hu placards bia ho anase bia wo atire
video no am di kan de ba ye no video wa na fe na Womo about the say you move here now the black thing me no kata card so save our justice system now and no back on our hand of the bench and also our happy and I say a sumo every and so our and also back on and also the constitution is supreme and also our say no to abuse of power and also our happy the black the baby was
okay. Na kwame numusuo kakra besen aba ho biem. But me so na ahwa ho si ya my why.
Mate.
Okay. All right. That was Derek Kwame Befi. Your correspondent or no war demonstration ground na matisi na etwetwe komo na na ye be kono na me ka yom herbal lotion ho asem e di amount. Na yom herbal lotion force me kan tro say ene se wakobo ball ana ho baabi atetema usisi na ye oya uti na ye oya edwa gaga wo ye furu na ye oya ena afo your ba menstrual cramps e ba no wa ya si dwa saa ojo ho baabi anyi ene first pa no ko wanya problem no ye ya ye so kofa duro we say no akofa ointment bi na ade aye e be hyehyewa ye so twan 50 minutes time ho beto e bia ye so twan ebi ayi 30 minutes time ebi kura 1 hour ebi kwa 2 hours ebi kwa de si the whole day ade be che na ho ato da bi ene technology aba medical technology aba eno na yom herbal lotion for stand for na yom herbal lotion no chese eno no ba bi aya wo ya no de ka ya na ko mutie ne yie ene se o de ka na afa ba be twen 15 minutes ne 20 minutes ne di aka no we de o de ka ya na ko ntihwe kira kwan na epebito yom herbal lotion was say fractured bone bebia afichie o de kan ya na atoa pain from stroke ebia when ya stroke na eyawo no ewo bu pa o de kan ya na ko pain from arthritis ya catch us say arthritis no enkware nam dabitie fa yom herbal lotion what the kan ye be ko migraine utidi gaga be ko e prebia wa prebia usisi are no susunum nuro no ebe ko akofa susu aso de abraw hwe yom herbal lotion echi akwan na entenete enfama joint pains bia no yom herbal lotion ebe tenete e de amount no so men kan che we say yom herbal lotion se ensoto enti upa bi ato akokọ yusua ubenya bu o pharmacy bia wa Ghana fa na nyina anase herbal shop bia no ubenya yom herbal lotion na apẹ baako akọ ayi baako ato akọ yusua ana apẹ dodo atu akọ ton number is 0244 730 295 0244 730 295 and 030 29 45146 030 29 45146 eno eye yom herbal lotion hwehwe bi nenne anibia ba ene anikwa so kwatete meso bia ene koye ho a be create problem e dia mawo na me ne mo kasei enkofo do messages ne ba na ba also found dear bra go to Facebook and WhatsApp line you be kind e dia mawo well say good morning. We have conducted elections for the past 5 months with no stipends. What sort of Mahama government is that? Dadanwa chief from Tanoso Enediaba. Fadia bra 0550 596 929. Sabre ba men kwa humana so na mene Ben Insian entretien komo. Anke be me mo achi o.
Ya menia.
Na bibia bokọ de. Na Ben ka kire ye ni enim se anka baby adro de dum se de kene na aye ton kwanta pai but nei u pia bonte ye dum light u bedru fie ye dum light awia anopa animre u huta ma won kofie o wa na dum ba bi kura so de current ni wo low kra e dia pa na aba.
That's really things that dum so de untimi free mu say because energy sector no Yanshada and prioritize the sector no and make certain innovations and as strategies basically just solve sector no problems once and for all. And to do so the senior native and san but India make us say one your infrastructure deficit in the sector. Sector no the transmission lines in the grid, the distribution lines. Do no I obsolete. I check and I hear Sakaye and I sense Samu and I say be able modernize and I say be upgrade infrastructure no. But Yanshada committee resource be to that part of the system. You know, a baby we face localized challenges. And localized challenges are going to stay with us until the my Ghana no. Ebe amanyasema free mo prioritize every year no, we are committing this amount of resources into transforming your system. No, that is one. The second part also is that so not in the better now because generation. So there are problems with generation because abbreviano the source of energy and after the source of fuel now the power plants no are very problematic. Until mean generate your power the same year here. Aside that, and so some of the IPPs and as generators, no, as well as the state-owned generators, no, periodically, no, face challenges. But the unfortunate part is that we face challenges, no, Gridco are oil recipients and communicate Ghanaians by who challenges are these companies facing with respect to their infrastructure and also more machinery, no. As well as almost source of energy, or as almost source of fuel or mobile power, these power plants. Abribiano, your reserve margin, in recent times, reserve margin around 10%, which in normal circumstance, they will say here be 18 to 25%. But so reserve margin, so what it means is that Abribia machine back over touch ma and also be a problem, no, system, no, it break it down. There was a Russian power, but the unfortunate part is that institutions are also communicating who the reality on the ground. Almost kind of credit, they are still playing politics with some of these issues.
Na Ben, you can reserve margin no, and only excess capacity no ana.
So who are installed capacities? And we install capacity in any Juma at any time. Mostly they all used to know a dependable capacity, which is around 4,800. megawatts. Then I mean, no, peak especially in the night, above 4,000 megawatts. You know, what 800 in Kwana car so reserve. Now 800 now megawatts are so reserve. No machines no being so no problem. In recent times there are issues with car power, the ability to hold on to generation because gas supply na eba the hono extra because the enter Jubilee maintenance of the FPSO. So when that gas do no want to me and generate to capacity or best short follow in terms of supply onto the grid or the national system. And you want to supply to the national system. Instead of saying grid co our mere recipient no money daily data on the availability of power and be communicate Yamagana for say power with yenya. Na say never ration no almost among communicating the system no able to na say demand no override supply na create some of these outages are experiencing. So outages are the generation part, one of the problems, and outages are the localized part because of lack of investment in the system, distribution and transmission system. As we a reason now until say Ghana yedi any beko no. Mean you are doing something any better.
Na bani kache na ukabibi say IPP no independent power producers no. Some of them omo machine bi most suspected say ho achetima ne ade nutika ho bi na ye face this problem but grid co for na sen komo be ka kire yen say this is the problem almost some person be ka the credit akire na eba say no a ye ni institution bia omo betimi a share grid co say omo ma omo that report and I say on be bypass the grid co to do their own investigation.
So that is also the problem. We hear now institutions are also more a policy the power sector now. So generation no energy commission and any PURC. But PURC because of political interference and political appointment no normally want to enforce any regulations. Last year crowd no try some more enforce regulation and Ziega because one PURC boss no buying any appointing no same way and Greco boss are buying appointing ECG boss and buying appointing VRA boss are buying appointing because of say buying appointed state institutions or bosses no mostly no back person be quite here back and I think that I will say yes a organizational culture respect to some of these institutions and also how we manage our state-owned entities. Institutions must be very independent, institutions must be fair, institutions must be very proactive and very pragmatic in communicating or more issues based on act establishing these institutions. More being raised yes, President appointee in 19 mean to me enka wanim anase misrose meka wanim anase meka wanima na me go abina animase. I think that Gridco is a standalone entity and must be able to tell us what is happening currently in the power sector. It shouldn't even be the Ministry of Energy. I will say Gridco Nekatrain. I will say ECG Nekatrain. You have problem here. I will say ECG communicating what cause certain localized challenges. I will say via communicating. Are they able to produce at capacity? Or moon produce at capacity? Or moon thermal plants be any juma? Is it the thermal enclave? Is it the Takrady enclave? Is it the Kumasi area and Wasi and Africa saying? Is it that particular okay, Minia. I don't know any juma. VRA should be able to give us timely, real-time data. For example, in those days before President Akufo-Addo era, now Gridco am I timely data on your generation? There be no only generation. There be no only peak demand. It is a generation no any peak demand on a yard ban. I say no, there is a problem, and this is what we need to do. But today, information no acquire scarce. We the information is here, and we allow people to say things that are untrue, and we don't even know what is happening. I think that these institutions must be up and doing, especially on corporate affairs and external relations department.
Na be catch you. I said ebimu susu blame mu aban we say, but me so me sha before aban we say beba no ye be kai say na energy sector ye say 1.5 billion dollars na ye dey for independent power producers ni ye do omoka na pay $600 million and also ye Ghana National Gas Company and another $600 million here partners omo OCTP for ni adia sa sika yi ne wo ho ansa ne ye ba beto aba meboa say ka we na 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 mebusa say ne kan ne wo ho dada ene ye to abawie ni na kai abaye twam agya sai ka no kaya botwa ndi agu a si ebetimi adina so akase sa tam no na sai ka no wo ho na power ni ngina so no sai a time ya na ewo mi ti aban so ba wonya 4 years ye bi kura so na wonya nya sika bi obetutu sai ka we na bi a sa problem na ye gusu ayo mi ana ye ntimi hwe ho so ka ho.
Oh, obetumi aka bibisa, but one thing is that can ye legacy debt binum ebro a binder that were criminal era. Some of these cannot date as far as 2015, 2016, but ye trebina even so abekambi. Ye try say offset these shortfalls, and they have become annual ritual. I was say yeah, because Afibiano also could share some of these legacy debt. Because they are in dollar terms now. Afifo also fiscal could share, and also a tier and is that to say but the major problem is that beside the legacy debt is also the issue of the infrastructure now, especially our transmission and distribution system. Mostly politicians make but so in recent times, even the previous government, Okase Dumso also a localized fault, and yet Dumso Okase Dumso also a localized fault. That means that we have a huge problem with our infrastructure, but no one is talking about it. And until we modernize the infrastructure to know that yatima solving about 90%, media you need Dumso betinasa, and so a talk a crabia or can you be to medum system no essay jebro suka crabia or can you be to medum because infrastructure na say or feeders or lines or distribution lines or transformers do na cha we say here but the necessary investment at the corner I think that we need certain alternative financing of that particular sector of the system and also of that particular section of the system so that alternative financing the necessary investment a bit media core so the PPP krana or the zika bishim in terms of transmission so far as a gridco edis canada gridco bit me at nika kramano a distribution so far as distribution edis canada obet me at kramano so that we modernize the system to solve the localized challenges as well as finding a sustainable solution able to media solve the generational challenge.
So it's a see our excess capacity there.
Yeah, well, excess capacity in terms of installed, but it's about excess capacity in terms of dependable and rather you because any Bribiana companies, to me a producer to capacity. If you want to produce capacity, yes, on paper no or excess, but in terms of practicality and operations, no only excess.
Me kaisa abanye twemi na omone debia no mo kase IPPs no ekwan fa so no mo sign contract no twaye sa take pay contract no nenye ne adia nsema na nkofo keka ma me muse oben una ye energy policy analyst. Can this country do away with independent power producers? Do we have the strength? Do we have the capacity? Say once and for all, we are doing away with them if we are able to pay their debt at the moment.
Yes, I think that we'll be able to do away with them when we plan and prioritize the energy sector. When we reform the energy sector, we should be able to do away with them. Because I still even believe that most of these IPPs have attained their return on investment. Or more investment, or more don't know home fast so that. For example, it's okay even American Power yes signed around 2015-16. That's and then American Power it means that some of these companies like Asogle and others no mobile before America, but this time return on investment, so we need to renegotiate some of these contracts because at the end of the day, or more power no boarding affect the operations of state. But future and I think that now the focus of this government is that instead of those days restricted policy of restricted procurement policy and I say sole sourcing procurement policy. Some of these power generators, this time is going to be very competitive tendering. People should compete and then give us very affordable power price. Bit me boost to your economy. The other part also is that I think this government's focus also is that yes, you bit me a private participant now a big generating power na my about generating power na my the kwa pumps in the America in future the infrastructure na be your mind and I say be transfer ownership of this particular entity to the government and they transfer ownership of America so I think that these are something we can look at because the is a cost in terms of generation, no, and also be feeding into affordable power and also lessen the debt in the power sector. So we can do away with them, but because the independent power producers, they make almost about 35 to 40% of your installation. Your economy will crash. But in future, I will say the new contracts you signing, PPAs never sign, or you sign in such a way that omunya authority over the state, because no institution should have that authority over the state. And also, I will say liberalizing system in such a way that me a generate they should also find way of transmitting and also getting their distributor to purchase or procure these generation from them, because at this point in time we are not in an emergency situation that state there was auto power. If you will, in other jurisdictions they've liberalized their whole system. Generation is in the private hands, transmission is in the private hands, and distribution is in the private hands. The state just has to police them to make sure that
okay, na the kind na chese enye na asem na wo ka privatization ho asem say ye betimi do away with it. See privatize our energy sector. No catch ye your vaco, your gridco, your ECG. Omo away di mawe na we are relay di mawe na we are we are distribution. Which part na Ghana ye betimi a privatize? Say gridco nye ye dia vaco emra ma ho kwan ECG betimi aye. Ne me ensa dia na betimi anase ni na.
Private sector participation. I think as on my to me having a private sector participation in terms of generation. IPPs, I think transmissions you bet me private sector participation. Gridco cannot only be the transmitter in Ghana. You bet me private sector or more competing Gridco because transmission per capita is quite less, one of the lowest in Africa, and the highest transmission lines 330 kilovolts. I was say yes, some to modernize the system. Today, in the part of OT, more problems with more transmission because more transmission I think it's around 69 kilovolts, which needs modernization. I buy NISCA, so you can get private participants in transmission. Oko distribution, so you can get private participants, and that is why we be quite. I'm not know about so. Maybe fear no crano. Companies me and serve me. So me say company we more. Make massive sandi ako company we. That is liberalization. So I buy no. Uni Jumabia di Jumobedian so policy sector no through the PRS you be enforce no. Now I say Obia Endi Bonibia and as Obia nye Jumabia Ede Susan so boni paper on my so. Then he also stops you for injecting periodic funds and liquidity into the sector. And this year say yeah the 28 billion eco the 28 billion eco is a kaba. But sanka private participation there was a sector no more. I think you could just come a private sector bia. You bet just ka aban ka ne ono anyusu no e na obepesika akotua na enye obi ka wabono e na okotua ne ECG aboka 10 billion as a 2024 10 billion Ghana cedis ka wabono menu mienu na ewose kotua se Gridco boka menu mienu na ewose kotua se biare boka menu mienu na ewose kotua but se anka ma ankra ba mu a asen de be ma kana swati so that aban ka obetua na fra enye sika kesi bia. It is something we need to critically look at as a system, as a country. And if you are going to look at it, then it also means that there was some system dynamics. There was modernizing the system to bring in these private participants a bit more reliable supply of power.
Okay, Ben. You better say pa nyakopon ka ho pa nyame adomwa. Nyame adomwa. Ochina you better sign atwa so e the energy sector. Non ba sa brede. Mame kwa homaro so na me lawyer Kwesi Botwe Junior. NPP legal team member entwetwen komo lo mo akwaba. Hello, oh my goodness. Okay, yes and fa lawyer ensam resisia na ye ne lawyer bebe twetwen komo mu be kai se owura adubuahin ana ho aba asemi na yi kwabna adubuahin one ne yire na National Signal Bureau for enemu ne ho sensem a ye de na court na ya deny ni bail na no ehun komo ene ye pese yedie ye ne lawyer Kwasi Botwe ebetwetwe ehun komo na sabre sa ko Facebook isia na fo adwenche ne bra na menkenkan for man kofo do mo dia ba na ye beto ye bo asa kenkani na we o say Afulira Bukari e dia ba o say see how the Krobia man struggling to make sense. How do you expect to be allowed entry to the premises of Supreme Court? You say JM is undemocratic because you can't allow entry into the space. Okay. We say Edifri Fulari Bukari and the Abba. Sabre de Mame Kwa Humano so Namene lawyer Kwasi Botwe Jr. A NPP legal team member. Entry Komolama Kwaba.
Mini abema mejo so na mpumbo kode.
Nyakopa adum bibia boko. Na kache ye den na mo client ayese o interfere witness ya ye man be no o witness issue investigation na ekosu.
Mini abema no pe de mefa kwenye so na madawase. Na machia watifo ne omomoto wo social media so nya me say Ori Dubois sansema abai mijidi se yinia yason edi echirebe na no Thursday ni ya court no Friday ni ya court na Mr. Attorney General the application by to revoke bail conditions na Dubois ewoso na if we say ninsusuye mu no odwen se anaso susu se Ori Dubois temper with the witnesses and I say try to interfere with or no Attorney General witnesses na. In fact, lawyers ne ko camera mu, which means say ko judge in office and the judge no lawyers ne judge ne ko di nkomo. One judge ne pie by no the ruling by say to balance the interest of the state, which is the Attorney General, and the liberties of the accused person, which is the Dubois no. Obema revoke Dubois bail no for 7 working days. Next week Monday na AG during that period no AG and gather the witness statement in fact AG need be for 14 working days na judge they say there be over 7 working days but you see minia the course no shows the hypocrisy and the contradiction of the Attorney General because this same Attorney General every year press conference catcher say Dubois issue the work gather the evidence near so say our watertight case against the Dubois or the court then you will conviction. So why did you come back to say on real investigation on time count witness statements near witnesses scrapping any being within community judge and more time na for conclude the investigation. Me what be press conference I catch we are say idea investigations they were we now we know where we no so we more Irish most investigations now why no yet then do one in there obechinatum so it shows and exposes the contradiction of this Attorney General. I was say Ghana for nina worried. Number 2, another problem I say Attorney General and one and need the media trial now or the Dubois in common if I mean abema Ghana ha Attorney Generals be fitting Jeffrey Finn ever Fourth Republic move better Samoa. We've had the likes of Marietta, we've had the likes of Gloria Kufu, of Dame, Yenya Attorney General baby, and you right in inquiry Attorney General in Wakana. Attorney General say and none of them. And now or they assemble ebe court and or they assemble court. Now what be Gina media ni catch the media and they say assume see the or your or your fraudster were engaging in money laundering. No, because who Attorney General as a prosecutor no duty ne say obe gather evidence near now they come court no. Na court na say evidence we be out to me engine to na court ni we are court na say based on evidence who Attorney General dey back any counter evidence and as a defense accused person so dey aband yen accused person in two man na say yenja no. That is the duty of the Attorney General. But Attorney General, you don't come into the media to prosecute and convict somebody in the media to the extent that you are invited Dubois should even come for a plea bargain in the media. Very unlike of an Article 88 Attorney General, because the Attorney General INSA were prejudicing the entire matter. We're prejudicing the entire matter because Attorney General Naba Betina Bontiaka said Dubois in the area Betina too. Now you be assembly way na say judge or see them say attorney general evidence already by ye it is not sufficient say the betchi already do here tuma what set up judge no for a binum to say judge ne kura no ya appointing ne sabri judge ne kura no MPP judge ne kura president Akufo-Addo na de ne bae judge ne kura Sumeti na de ne bae do your attorney general now yes and your man you are setting up the stage for vilification of the judge and you have also prejudiced the entire matter. The media trial must stop. The appropriate forum is to go to court. Attorney general the prosecution say what Ghana in Asha onsa. Et you court no. Na the attorney general need Daniel court they be no about media muka so be a conphobia we can say at the court there is a higher burden. The burden at the court for criminal trial is to prove beyond all reasonable doubt. That doesn't mean that Kika is keke. And you know, court in the burden there was thrown a higher burden of proof. So now be to me, a convict you be media name the burden of proof be anymore. Oba ya no abeka dia pe bia se nipa ne yakron for first one any yire wiet can no mo dey sisi adai. And then you be able put you to strict proof. But at the court, no, I think you will be put to strict proof to prove beyond a reasonable doubt. I say now, cannot. So the attorney general must be interested in prosecuting his matters in court rather than coming to the media to prosecute his matters. Many Abema, Ghana High Wimbrawa, Yen say, you do court in our court. Your constitution say you are presumed innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Now, if you are proven innocent until proven guilty, you are innocent until proven guilty. It's an attorney general in a press conference. I categorically state that Dubois in any year are criminals. This is an affront to the rule of law. This is an affront to the fundamental human rights of Dubois and any year. And all of us should be worried because it is not only in the case of Dubois, one attorney general and yes, for other prosecutors. Yeah. What you know what I say NSS in for no Wieska, Professor Biya Kufia Wieska, where Wieska. What is this being Wieska? You the attorney general, it doesn't lie within your power and your mandate to convict people. So Uncle Court. Now convict you more court, you know, be with attorney general who you may but many of them made manusin. You see, some attorney general can way out to die where you say Niniano. Ninian yet even got evidence. Evidence not your word or come with Ninian, and yet evidence. You see the information and I say stories. Okay. Because evidence is only when now Kutano, a court of competent jurisdiction, are admitting evidence. Because even in admitting the evidence, you will test baby different to see the evidence now they but admissible and inadmissible. It's until fair. Now want to go through the necessary and the requisite test for your evidence to be admitted or and marked as exhibit, you know. What do you mean because evidence there will be the bonnet in Tinipani or Confana, the air cost on a tire record, linear young come boom. Now young country attorney general and they say, on die media trial, no die say or convicted for media, and because what he's doing is to prepare the minds of people. Uncle for who can go for no crowd there. But now you got because I go already on any year or me are comfort, do buy any year are comfort. Which is not the case until some courts, you know, ebe provide another court, you know, be declared obey the boni and no being the boni. Attorney general doesn't have the power. Attorney general doesn't have the right and authority to be declaring people as criminals and as fraudsters in the media. So let's respect the rules of law. Let us respect the rules of prosecution. Let us respect our democracy as a country.
Okay. Yeah, okay. It's a 9:09. Our Kessben Maakye Jubedi and Masugusu Amutien. We are live on Kessben 92.9, Kessben TV, DSTV channel 364, Go TV channel 121. Of course, Facebook Kessben TV. Now, Lord, catch you. Now, Usha Attorney General Dr. Ayini. Nadia or de deny mobile na me kind of unique akra say. Almost surveillance ne get that say. Momo clients Ura Kabna Dubois was trying to show say now or interfere with the potential witnesses in this matter. Nakate ye kaso be interfere potential witnesses as such say and a woman and no contact woman as somebody in an say and say evidence ben or the bass or yes a chichimuche.
Many years ago, I was on what being fire. It's not a power. Question I will be sending a very intelligent and very good question. Say, you can't be temper witnesses and not potential witnesses. Then let's say for Attorney General, you should say, "I'm going to my I'm always secure conviction." No, Ura Edubuahi, and your mood didn't come over to. But you see, the fundamental question we all must ask ourselves and say, "Ura Edubuahi, after I are taking the plea, none of Thursday, none of Wednesday, you're taking the plea. Say, oh, you're guilty, and on you're guilty, and also you're guilty, arranging it before the court." But you see, at the current stage of the prosecution, and after assembly court, the question is that how would Edubuahi even know? Say, Ziega, and after assuming Attorney General and witness, I mean, interfere. We all don't know. We don't know. Nobody knows. Attorney General and
but so almost surveillance showed. Maybe say surveillance no. And then original so I deny the bill. No, does it mean say original so they send the evidence to her?
Absolutely, and I'm saying the Attorney General now no can a blanket accusations not the buyer. The Attorney General couldn't provide any evidence. Say Ziega, I am a witness. Now Ziega ne Governmental Dubai Koshia or Akramo, and also Mukoshia or Kessben TV. Couldn't come. Which one provided the asa?
But I did that. Court to Mishama, a deny Papa ni bill, sir.
But you see, that is the interesting thing about criminal prosecution. Say, what's about the criminal prosecution? I'm going to my money nine and no because my money now the case. When any evidence or temper with any evidence into here time to complete the case 1, 2. When here say, I do be judge need to be trim class and a witness is no so no more temper. Or bet me are collecting a witness statement in here. And my brother, who 10 cases are in the event of 8. You do to say state a judge and a ruling or the buy and also to balance the interests of the state and the liberties of the accused instead of 14 days now 20 days and a penyaman is 7 days. So what I say because since here and 20 days now witnesses for us to even for Dubai to even temper with or more and say BB. But in order to balance the interests of the state, then you bear judge cannot be seen to be saying okay any Dubai and Koswana and witnesses no and Attorney General crowd will case to Rebecca say judge no Emma I'm Dubai remanda or money bab on Tintina you lose case because on your witnesses be a day judge no in open court or my ruling in no catch Dubai he said this too shall pass. In open court, I can say this too shall pass because when antiques and optics of every prosecutor be the Attorney General anything amount where starting business is this a personal vendetta say Edubuahi issue no anything for defamation anything all go through this route because who Attorney General we also review investigations yeah after you start to review investigation yentin nipa nintum na meanwhile now who dey Edubuahi are to move for 2 weeks.
Okay. Yo. Look, Mr. Ye come on here, but I did be how now a lawyer, Mr. Me education kakra. Allegedly say Ora Kwabna Dubuahi 77 previous allegedly. Ya accusing is say wafa Ghana sika 49.1 million Ghana cedis. But ushe bill na ye dear man na 80 million Ghana cedis bill meboa.
But
na edientina adia wafa no almost half of bill na ye dear man no minim say to what the American asia say sika na wafa no eswasene bill na ye dear man no
Matilda okana
bibi sa ho me peno say as a law no emrama ho kwame yes ade no
bill there you see the entire concept of bill no discretionary.
Okay.
Judge ne pe kwa no ma bill or ma bill just na ye call ya judge ne ka say wa revoke bill no the concept of bill no discretionary and judge ne pe no be ma o pe onye dey o ma
you jora wonu ora attach ya any legal team ni na no what is the next step is the next step ne dey
the next step ni say na me boa Tuesday 13th May ye be court back judge na say ebedru ho no na Edubuahi 7 working days na ebeti nyamboa in the week Monday the judge na say next week Tuesday be back court na ebedru na ye jai ye nua be ma Edubuahi the court the Attorney General so wo ho no and she be abiti
Okay. It's all could be on the year in there, come boy.
I've begun hearing and see accused person. I mean, I've been my medema no see come. I mean, can't see India a year, one interesting. Wednesday na omo arrange edubwa hin no o say edubwa hin because of bill so in the time bia no or period a okoyoku sign the bill forms no no quite around 11 a.m. omo delay na till 3:30 p.m. so omo delay na no real touch maybe a senior lawyer 32 years at the bar what so make edubwa hin we ska nobody says a man prosecuting no but in your be a more mama betina fit 11 a.m. Kobo 4 me go to tie obi ambeka he ntre me reception no am for so be go mechi office and then sorry akọ oye so sorry akwa be for mu ho a na believe by say the charge sheet aba ojo charge sheet no be that believe me say that be na ya appear before court believe me say now nti Friday Wednesday na arrange edubwa before court na mo court be videos na pie by na go say na dia asa no be akwa di there 4:35 na adia travel so mu kra ni say omo ko 4:35 no we attach am mo videos na no she kaftan no she suit so that means that no be appear before judge and you have to be properly robed and this is Rebecca say you are naked before the court I lawyer town your friend Kweku Asare and he was in a la post because open the end of the unique court a normal day a koyoko keke it's attach the kaftan and a lawyer back on the day la post and the copy judge so hey yeah my wavy my dressing and mobile to make the kaftan appear before the court
and la cost
in my entire legal career I have never seen say lawyer day kaftan appear before a judge. If for unofficial you can courthouse in Kwadia you have to be properly robed. When you're properly robed, because we shoot no color there. But kaftan there, I have never seen it. So what is the sense of urgency in this entire matter? Gentlemen can go through the due process or the right procedure to do the necessary thing. Now, many abema after 4 p.m. I best survey or do boy and at 3:34 I best survey or do boy. Now on social media, charge it in the namdada. I will charge it around 2 o'clock to 1 o'clock a year. Me was that time near 9 pana 75 hokrano. Yeah, the charges the body. Okay. Speculate say. Don't we want to go through the right processes and is it a personal vendetta? Be say say do in where power lines. But let us not forget say do until no. Let us not forget say or let the AG not forget say until say do February 2025 or berries. That is been with the national security since 2007. National security in Sempa and national security will processes and procedures are only operating via Bonnie Faso. But they are all here now. If we are also forced to come out with the things we know, it will be matters of national security near the Tuabonte. And I have that the AG is inviting the legal team of the Dubuahin to expose issues of national security to not make everybody safe in this country.
Okay, thank you very much. Yo, lawyer, yeah, that's a pa na whether in fact what's any and one me adusia pa. So no me kona nim ni nano. Ya besia bana wa update here. Why?
And you better when him so save the judiciary the monarchy me when him.
Ya na musini wo hodada.
I was all crowd account na ye ya tinte su kokko kire jo mahama say no person the judiciary ni ye no. Your democracy, Mati. You protect your democracy, no. You,
Mati. So, lawyer, you be here. Why? Okay, yo. We say, lawyer Kwesi Bochi, Kwesi Bochi Junior, NPP legal team member. And I'm what to say, you know, and Komono. Na, Sabri, and Chebe sign Ako, Supreme Court, near Derek Befi. Actually, and Komobio, but before Kwam Befi Babano, Mame, Elekem Komla Amos, Vegason, Yahuni say, O Shay and den de baby obiano, ye chachia, Elekem Komla Amos, baby will be a chachia. Na Chocho force me control say, and let's be a catcher say, oppression, and yadi a bit me acquire no credit. Chocho force no credit. Na chocho force omo de chocho herba BPT dia ba bubobi ne control oppression no emfama ho eba mu ade ho woyam hyehye basa what to hodo mu a bibi nya wo se ade bi betimi ayaw ama yi edo aba fam yi okoko yare no edo aba fam na meka chocho ho asempa e de akire mo ba before that no yen sanko ahoma no su biem ne Derek Kwambefi entoaso Kwame
Kofi
say eno maba kwa kwesi say nipa no doso petition no omatimi de awura hodom no omdi wura ho ayeje
Kofi me da say me no kasa de petition no omo atumi awura ho na me the leaders no was allowed so baba inside ama omo represent a petition omo a enya kwan ekomu minority leader okobi sanso ana yema me genes anabra ono so ekobi Alaji Kofi Frimpong enso ekobi ana LPG General Secretary Jerry enso ekobi na omuru mu no na empedifo a wato omo petition no the Supreme Court no na omo so are ready na empedifo a receive petition no Syracuse Paporo ono ana deputy judicial secretary and me no kasai ono ana acting judicial secretary ono ebaye ana afi Samuel Afote ono so DISAC president ono so ebaye ana afi Frederick Dedu ono so HR woman pedifo a free Supreme Court a womo ebabeje petition no sisi no kasai na LPG Zero Kofi Akpalu ono so ebaye bia o kan wo bia no kasai ono so ewa ha bia womo representative petition no ama Supreme Court na no ana osanyene afenyo Maakye minority leader ono edi animu representative petition kase wasra wo mo asa petition mo dia ba yo mo hwe se bedru mpanifo na ne waso wo di bia no wo mo atumi aye ne pepe ana pepe esan se sabe opasia no osia de me yonko na emum ye neme bia na enne oye acting judicial secretary no ebe bi ba oni 2028 abato ebetumi asesa ama bia aban atumi asesa na ba sana ono nso ye de ye no a anhwe bia na ankoye nti omo hwe se ni mo animu ya bia bia se efata bia no betumi aye de pepe na ede asundie atumi aba omai mu nti o sere so on fa petition no man telefo a o se omo ede manyina ono so de pepe e kan so obehwe na waye isan so omo asem no omo ka no omo nso ewum ko obehwe na ye pepe na telefo a o so omo nsaka kasa ni nyina no ede mo animu ya omo be omo na fie de o so omo de bia no omo nso aye di Kofi no kasa de omo anya kwan a present petition no Supreme Court afei ye sande ye ni entre Parliament House na fie ho nso omo represent here no ne omo akwakowie wo Jubilee House na tete omo di bia ba na wie you say no let's like I say nipa no asa aba mo ye wura mu pie ko ba nipa na aba mo pa omo start here na dom no no but dey ba na omo eba let's like I say I appreciate ekwa nimu kakra nipa no asa aba deturi ewa ha dey
na ne di petition ni man no wa hwe omo de ba mo hwa no a enoma mu no enkoyira de won ka so hwa wo
people ana na me ka say ebra was saying afenyo Maakye say kasa no o kan say no omo hwe say petition de amo no awon betumi e de akoma mpeni for the sense say de omo ekọ omo ko nyina no omo ekọ ama Supreme Court no na mum enya individual say de be ya ebetumi aboa na afoforo bi ebre bi ebeba na ebia aban di sesa obi etumi koya same nso me sesa sei ana se ono acting judicial secretary na metre Syracuse Paporo no ono energy ya no wono enfanko also assure mo say Kofi ode bekwa command penifo na brepam no won beto mo nka na ne asem penifo ye bia no eno nso wo mo aye
all right ene Kwame udu parliament nso ana wa ma ya aptese ho de ben mo fight ho no mo a na mo akwakoye na se bambody wadi kakra ka ho asem dada se security presence ni eye and I say nipa no betu fast na mu aye yi kakra mu aye high
nipa no aba mo ye start ye no be kakra no na nipa no no so sa ba no kasa de nipa no aba mo a metumi aka se omodo so pa minim Kofi se bra no enko ye de a nanka yenura Kofi Akpalu
one Kofi Akpalu be kasa na me pese me kire se tie me Kwame wo tie me me pese me kire se anopa no ne e ka bambo ho asem ba na nipa de nyamai nipo aprosifo ho de nipa esi abeka ho no bamba no ho asem te so omutimi control crowd no obi asu ni nyambra asem bia ho
sabi sanse letumi aka se me no kasa yi both for no ban kama ana bi won so no omo so comport obo pa ya na de sa no mani nyina eba no eye enioma bia ya na binum demonstrators no beye ena nam so ma both for you say the ban ball bi e koso a metina ka se omo ye bibia kama
okay. All right. Yeah, man, 30 seconds, 45 seconds of Uncle Bibina. Yeah.
Kessben, you saw the one Jim Bipa. That is the Amade Coy, money as of a cop and oh, Medias of so we I can him. I hear dear. And that's why it's a idea of him. Now, your Bama Katmana Cabino, a constitute pound. Now, first, you shut the terminal. Obia Einstein on my head. The German Sama on the Beco. The Korean people need the Sama. We don't have Samana Qua. Naming the NDC MPP. On the Cabia money. Very important. And just say, now it died Bakoya, Judiciary, no MPP and this. And Ziega, you're right, Baluno, or no, and LPG, presidential candidates are 2 franc Amao. Now, when you go outside and Kofi.
Move na mudu parliament and I say bibia tetwana and tempaso na am ya swat na mame musa asem etiawa wa hunu Moses aboho
me no kata me hu abo manin kan so
okay the one who titles glove and so ho
manin kan titles enso so wa
wa who Kofi Ofosun cancer ho
Ofosun cancer manin kan so wa
wa who usu bempa abo apapon so ho
the pastor ono so manin kan so wa the pan do so mu na mi wo mo dia ya ko ya ni no enkofo abo mu din nyina no ya da hye so mo ka ho bi ona wo mu bia the same ku ba bi kwa ko wie na bia so mo mu ayi do
okay. Now NPP National Executives do who
Justin Kofi Frimpong General Secretary. Kofi, me no ka say status global boni bi ma huno.
Okay.
Nana B, organizer, also ewa ha.
How dey kwadi ya huni TV no so dada.
Anyagba enso ka ho bi. Executives no dey do no ewa ha say.
Me huno obi ti say Gidi Obuako ya no na Dr. Gidi Obuako.
Dr. Gidi Obuako enni ha mani ka so ha. Na
me huno obi say no gina ho.
Many acha incoming flag bearer. Enso so ha yera. Ya o say pitu.
Me so also Fabian na me na new komo kakra wa.
Ma renche domino aye bebe.
Piano bob 5 round. Yeah, I'm up for them.
Yera atichum okay, manche. Memo Kofi tiawa honorable Asenso Boakye ayam na se gani Bantima. Honorable Memo Atiba Kessben. Yeah, na ko. Yamiadum. Abo mi sense say numbers na mo hwe no. Omo aba mani aje ho. Oh, so far the number who numbers. The brain na ka chi. Na be brain say o. It me am for papa. Edian share say mo present the Judiciary services no. Ya ko parliament na ko Jubilee House. They say no mo gidi say ya ko si e be ya. E so ma fa ni di ya juma. If you say open institution bi Gunenu Mafia, Judiciary is one of the 3 arms of government with the power of adjudication. The Assembly Aba, Amana Ebeti. The Judiciary, you know, already assembled. Now, but so Gunenu say as player. Bonnie Baker said it erodes public trust and reduces investor confidence. They affected the socio-economic development of our country. The FOC. Bonibeka says unprecedented. No president has ever attempted to have this direct attack on our judiciary and direct attack on our democracy. No president has ever done that. It's just unfortunate that President Mahama is allowing himself to have this kind of record and legacy for himself and the party and his party. Honorable Asenso Boakye, Bantima Asenso Boakye. One has to come around. I'm sure you're ready to. Yaneno, every album for her. Yanini Yan and Saf here, if you can be interview. Yanel Kata, and as you say, Kofi, my mentioner, and you panadoso, in the panadoso.
Not just a flag bearers in Naso Crown or no Kwana Abahomeba.
Or no Anna, Waba Omoa, or where you are with Kofi. My minister, you're just before the Frimpong.
kasa.
Honorable, Jeba, Memo, Achiba Kessben. Mo de pati no ko mo nsama maka nyina no o mo ji ya de opanity a o kan no mani de stand there so kan say o ye judicial secretary ana ye de ya the judicial council the secretary no on there to receive it now o make sure say there be a ko bia office say dey ko e to no mo saka na so far so do no aka no abo ya ba so say asuje any pampa say say ba ye no e de de Ghana come mam kebi atem na yeka Ghana asuje na yeka and then obi be ka say ye ma me so kunu ada dunu e teta e Ghana na nya asam e kwan a yewura maama opesa ofaso Ghana ye kabi mam kebi amamu a from 92 ya do say go soja ba mu ya ma di ko ba ko on sa Ghana so don ne katapreku dera mahama peso ta die ko yati now obaso we say embrabia so be o I am not quite certain but for 2 minutes pattern as they are chief justice practice that describes now one so we should need and that's what no be the country yeah man chief justice wakodi atem odi anya na de obi to aka dem ma na go to find ya say so to find now what ma peni what for that same way e dey asem and no man e na ko wey ya say ma Ghana chief justice obi o sha atretin say mo ma dey this husband you dey work and answer what petition about what petition wey na me ma say lawyer ni me can say me asema obi na so wey ya say me mo let's say o mram wa ha who na to judges for say almost to no mu di asema all that it has to take say obi dey petition akoma ma peni say judge na asema odi ye no anamede man no ma so suspend no and that is for who at all so abra Ghana mra there work constitutional process for the for that car na no that o kwa appeal if I could not that my better one ma peni and one fan kwa appeal and today year General Secretary mind it amanya ko no that you put have for
okay
on nsem so ano waka na mo say General do bada bre fam no ye go hu no na gi mpomo na ya bisa no stadia oti ehu no ne presidential vision no oh o ha say o ha go fi atedi am saka no atedi am saka ya papa
I want say Kessben
Kofi Frimpong Ziega am saka o papa o se me hwe ne ma ya General was say abitu and I'm from incoming flag bearer honorable member at so about Kessben so far Musa say we ko ya when you dey demonstration yeah you can the petition I do can Supreme Court the real council and parliament the parliamental we call the seat of the presidency Jubilee House if you come call any papa Ghana ko nyina Supreme Court Chief Justice and that's about yeah be after na kabi ma so bla ma ni samo abagana no etini aji my young say we am be nam from am ya so be go flag bearer enya ha na take it come on no kura wona de ko brand ba o be se post up no na de ko brand ba o be se okay me that say
all right you coming what bedroom papa na ya ho su ye mesewa ya wo su ye pa na do obeti udu parliament so atia na so na ye mra ho why
mate
ya da CP okay we der kwam ba fi ya na mu senior we did demonstration for political parties na ka mu ho abom demonstration chenchereche e de atia kwaye faso a yeyi the chief justice e de fi on sabre wa me atia se petition de di kan no omo de ama Supreme Court says omo call parliament eto omo call parliament omo akwa presentation e wo ho obo wi ano omo call Jubilee House na executives no so ensa akomo de na me ka chocho ho asem de kire we say so obi aka cho so pressure den kwa sinu who bobo chocho BPT ni bi na emma control oppression na emfama chocho BPT chocho heba BPT cho ayi tin wanwaso aba so wono mu a ubi pinisa ne tie bia no ebe regulate ne kama ama osusu afa ofa hu age ofa hudie afo se me kan cho say chocho hand and foot cream aba ebe moisturize asoften onsam ni kwa say lipa bia onsam eye dendenden uyo obi a wo fufu anase wadwuma a wo ye no odo ana wadwuma a wo ye no osusu ade mu dodo etide bia na onsam na aboncheche ne sa na nka wo pe no wadwuma ne na ama na basa de bia na so ma chocho hand and foot cream no etimi eben de bia do fa onsam a ebetimi aboa ama onsam de bia na aye soft kama ama bibibia ebebo cheche bia ama kofa yare bi ama ase wonsa no na asia no kwan afa chocho soap enso ho aye di dware ama yi nsa bia ewe ye nipadua mu kuchi etitie bia no eno no ebehiri na de free hono ma face cast obi hono mu a na 7 padua san kotwa bi ewo ho baabi wohia chocho soap udware chocho soap re di bisasa so pe ebetu ase apepa di na akọ edi amaw mo nim pare mo nim se na mumra bi na kenye na committee ni na pai e ma na me bossa cola pa ba ne chocho shampoo conditioner and hair food and base and other aroma and then bitimi tra no mo hwe TV no so a mo se bitimi tra no ni na e chocho soap chocho shampoo conditioner hair and food baser and aboa mama metimi etimi no na chocho hair food ara shampoo conditioner no waso be kan chawo se obi ahoa ewo tirimutru ni esa bubu tieni ye uyo ba wa retouch uti foforo udi afinu numu a nini na betimi atete na behye afinu mu usi nkunu nye tieni ye hwehwe chocho shampoo conditioner and hair food and base no ekira kwan ebe so sade na no ade amaw afa wuti no ehoa ani due ayemuma eno so no ebetu ase ade amaw yo chocho skin toner body cream mo amuye TV presenters opese o body ne etoso pa e shine kama te se de na anim no se wo ye kokko ne shine wo ye tuntum etimi shine a eno ye chocho skin toner body cream enye wo chocho shower gel fa bi dware na hunye hwam ye chocho shower gel eno no ye de aloe vera eno no ya extract ene ye de aye ya de afafa enuro bi sa heba eyi ne ye de aye eno no ma skin infection protect to the free skin infection ho etu hia chocho shower gel ne bi ebedu asem dia ma ne kwakwa ne chocho balm aba chocho balm ne dio so akobo ball se ho ba bi atetema ho ba bi da fichie usisi yare atete wonum nuro sa o ha twetwa enu chocho balm ene ebedu asem dia ma ukotodwe no a wa kire a enkono chocho balm ene ebedu asem dia ma pain strains and menstrual cramps oba obunsa na oyam eyoya na oya free yoya wayase yoya chocho balm no e be du asem dia ma fa bi twetwe so na eje ofa hudi afi o chocho tin so eho abobo bia no emu booster e be boost immune system no na atwo afri yare dom ni na eho etu hwe chocho product ni bi na osusi pesita na number 055 181 5388 055 1815388 enu chocho ope bako akwako yusu product ni na bako yusu ana peso ye consultation bi ana se upe dodo etu akoto ana ba nam dia to dwan ma me fa bako enka ho 0244727348 0244727348 ana 0504555535 050455 355535 Mrs. Subiem 0504555535 emubiaro ofra ebejo so na de ohobiani ye no akafa hojim na chocho de ensoto chocho product na ensoto sa edite more messages by Ebekenkani na OPK Patriotic Voices or if you go so that diaba also regards to Dr. Digitalization Baumia and Mr. Amankwa Ejare Isaac MPP Sunyana West Constituency second vice chairman and an incoming MPP Bruno regional organizer NPP and other political parties demonstrating against John Bahama. Okay, thank you very much. We at the end of the aba. I say good morning. And Nana from Ziega, please can you find out why EC still own we. Okay, the workers are more on the 7th December. No, we every Mr. Osei, or if you knew at the Bias, the Diabasemi, Yatrema, Chese, director of training, Dr. Srebu Kweku, ewe isi, wame atiasi, wase, abayin enyen tuya, isi foka, the moment, and I say, abayin tuya, isi foka, and manu so almost so ebetuamoka. Good morning, sir. Please, I think this demonstration is one of the most useless demonstrations I have ever seen in my entire life, Mr. Where you strong, Mr. Also, those leading it do not even understand themselves. How can you say His Excellency JDM should wait until investigations are done before utilizing the powers of the construction? While look at the kind of people following the demonstration with free gender and the abagenda that sepa nyakopo enka ho with from Jones Manso Tonto Krona Diaba was Ziega tell the MPP lawyers that we Ghanaians didn't want their doing okay yada sepa nyakopo enka Jones yada se we every Mr. Kabla V of Pokiase Benghazi and Diaba say I'm wishing my beautiful daughter Grace Nakplem happy belated birthday, wishing her long life and joy. Okay, thank you very much. That's a pass. Yeah, the more we do my birthday in Nano. Yes, then Yamishra at the mamu. Yes, sir. Yamisha at the Mamunina.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay. Happy birthday to Rosanna Tete. We free wo yonko pa ye feni gifty and I say yen we show happy birthday. Yay, my Rose ho fe pa. Nyanko ponka ho ati I like your swag. We from gifty and I say fama my Rosanna Tete. Okay. And I will say so. I say happy birthday to Prince Genius Nana Ekuoko. We free wow for and I see fama. Yay, Nana Ekuoko ye. Swagon papa. Nana ho fe wate. Nyanko poma nyine meye Kessben fancha wow for na beye shira fama on my Ghana. Okay. All right. We say so. I say happy birthday to Sandra Doku. We from Vincent Doku of Kessben FM. Hey, the original. Who original and me fra wamfa Vincent Doku si amfamra Sandra Doku ye Sandra ho fe wate Nyakopon ka ho pa Nyakopon ma onya knupa ama wawie ye enye yie pa nto super fangu wasetena so we sensu efri. I say happy birthday to Matthew Sunkwa of Customer FM Atebubu. Okay, Customer FM Atebubu. Matthew Sunkwa baby obia chacha. Happy birthday to you, my brother. And a happy birthday. Happy birthday to Emmanuela Owusunyako. Yay, my Emmanuela. Ono our KNUST. Yes, Emmanuela Owusunyako. Ella baby of Chapatre Estate. And I'm about to say ono so odi the birthday no. Nyamenka hwate amanya kese kopim so be kese pa. And congratulations to Belinda Owusu Kakari every entire family. And I will show congratulations why a graduation. Happy birthday to Perpetua Tibu. Yes, Perpetua Tibu baby obiano ye chacha. Happy birthday to you. Nyankopon ka ho amanya kese kopim se obe kese pa. Sabedi say Jolaka and in the team neba the nationwide sports, the whole Ghana Africa sports and our Kessben afei any dear Bram Jolaka e krado say Joe what the ebreye na ora Sapa Richard appear and a kuchi 70 na dugun krata so the mame na me so me